0.
Okay.
You gotta probably have to hit start again.
Oh.
There you go. So, yeah, so 0 to 20. So at 0, this is the bottom of the, think of it as the bottom of the arc pattern. So the higher up the incline, the more range of motion through that arc pattern you're gonna go. So we're kind of at that bottom end of it. But if we look at her position, so things I want you to look at is ankle, knee, and hip. So every position, if we look at her knee's not, it's not too much bend in the knee, not going past 90. Because when we think of patellofemoral joint compression, we want to make sure that the more your knee goes past a 90-degree angle, the more compress it, the higher the patellofemoral joint compression, and the more you're loading the quadricep. If you've got both, and that's why people tend to steer away from like a leg extension for that very reason. It's a big concern because we're loading the quad, and if you're going through too much of a range of motion. So knee sting is relatively small bend, but she's going through a good amount of hip extension. There is obviously some more room for it, but she's at like the end stage of her hip extension. So this position, if you do have people who have a compromised knee, anywhere from 0 to about 5 is a good range for them. The reason we don't start at 0 is because this is actually harder. And the reason why it's harder is because Karen doesn't have the assistance of gravity or her body weight to help her move. So she's got to do all the work herself. Ankle position's not changing, and that's because of obviously that 4-bar linkage. So we want to keep that neutral ankle. We can adjust that by having Karen lean forward. As she leans forward, now you can see she's getting more of that quad. Yeah, more quad because her body weight is over that, her legs right here.
You're a sprinter.
But also we're allowing the heels to come up, so we're actually changing how we're loading. We're loading more through that mid-step and less through the heel. So back in the upward position. Knees not going past 90, hip more flexion. This is 7 to like 14 is your like general pop's gonna fit somewhere in that range. Usually you'll see people, it starts at 6, they'll either increase or decrease 1 or 2, equivalent to a 35-degree climb. Ankle still neutral, knees at about 90, hips at about, probably more past 90 for Karen. But this top position is a lot of glute because she's starting in a significant amount of hip flexion and going through that full range. So really glutes are very active. Again, if we had her lean forward, we'd get more quad in this position. But again, keep in mind, people with any knee injury, this is not the best option for them.
I feel it in my head.
People with plantar fasciitis, we want their feet, we want those ankles neutral. In a higher incline, because we've got a lot more assistance with gravity because we're in that top range, we need to increase our resistance or you'll get that flyaway feel. It will feel very easy at the top. If you have people, we live in an area, we're fortunate enough that you can hike, really drive like 20 minutes and get pretty decent hiker trail runs.